Thank you, Bobby, and good evening, everyone. I don't know about you, but I am so energized today. It's been a lot of fun to spend time with so many of you as we approach our mission with a fresh focus and renewed determination to end CF. I am thrilled to begin the awards for the night. This is the moment when we celebrate some of the most exceptional volunteers in the community. It's the stars among the stars. Tonight, we will recognize several amazing supporters of our mission, from corporate employees who show up for those with CF day after day, year after year, to extraordinary individuals whose unwavering tenacity is the reason we continue to make so much progress. It feels extra appropriate tonight because, as you heard earlier today, one of our co-chairs, Bobby Sims Jr., came to us as a corporate volunteer, and look at him now. First, we want to celebrate some deeply committed corporate supporters, whether through sponsoring our fundraising events, dancing at our black tie galas, playing a round of golf, walking, skiing, running, hiking, or cycling. Their efforts make a profound difference and truly will help us find a cure for CF. So it's time to recognize our corporate award recipients. Let's give a big round of applause for our top national corporate team, Choate Construction. Our corporate champion, Driven Brands, and our Rising Star Award, Clean Capital. Let's give it up for them. We also recognize the National Corporate Champion members, each of which advances the Foundation's mission with contributions of $100,000 or more annually. All members are listed on this slide. We are pleased to welcome a total of 38 companies to our corporate champion family in 2026, including 6 new national corporate champions. And together, this group raised an impressive nearly $10 million last year. So will the award recipients who are with us tonight please stand so that we may honor you once more with another round of applause. Oh, look at all those blue lights. I wish you all could see it from my vantage point. That was really cool. Now we are honored to present American Airlines with the Outstanding Corporate Supporter Award. Over 40 years ago, Bernie Willett, an American Airlines employee who was touched by CF personally, advocated for the CF Foundation to become the beneficiary of their celebrity ski event. Fast forward today, and the American Airlines partnership is more impactful than ever. Earlier this month, American hosted, in collaboration with us, the 41st anniversary of American Airlines Celebrity Ski. This incredible event brings together a community of current and retired American Airlines employees who volunteer to support this multi-day fundraiser. This event is sponsored by incredible corporations such as Citi, MasterCard, T-Mobile for Business, FedEx, Vail Resorts, and the World of Hyatt, some of which are here with us tonight. From skiing in beautiful Beaver Creek, Colorado, to 3 nights packed full of entertainment, those who have attended know that this is truly a special event like no other. Over the past 41 years, Celebrity Ski has raised over $48 million in support of the Foundation's mission. And over $1 million just earlier this month at that 41st event. So in addition to the Celebrity Ski event, each year, American Airlines donates Advantage Miles through the Let Good Take Flight initiative that are used by CF Foundation chapters across the country to enhance silent auctions and raised tens of thousands of dollars. The devoted people at American Airlines have shown steadfast passion and commitment to the CF Foundation's mission. They are, in every sense of the word, truly an outstanding corporate supporter. They really do let good take flight, a principle their company upholds across the organization. So tonight, we thank Jean-Marc Loiseau for joining us this evening to accept the award on behalf of American Airlines.
Good evening. On behalf of American Airlines, thank you very much for this recognition. It is truly an honor to be part of an organization whose work makes so much a meaningful difference. For me, it is also deeply personal. My sister lost a battle with cancer, and I saw firsthand the impact of that organization like this can make in advancing care and giving hope to families. My involvement, including volunteering with the Celebrity Ski event, is a reflection of this belief, and that coming together in supporting a cause can truly change lives. So thank you very much for this honor and the important work you continue to lead. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for being with us, Jean-Marc. We now have someone else special to celebrate. Each year, the Spirit of American Airlines Award is presented to a person, organization, or corporation that embodies American Airlines' stellar commitment and dedication to the work of the CF Foundation and all people affected by CF. This year, we are excited to honor global partners with this award, represented tonight by their CEO, Eric Slifka. Eric leads Global Partners, a company that began in his grandfather Abraham's small storefront in the 1930s. Eric started working for the company shortly after earning his driver's license, learning every facet of the business before becoming president and CEO in 2003. Global for Good reflects Eric's leadership philosophy, striking a meaningful balance between business success and social responsibility. For nearly 30 years, Global Partners has championed the mission of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, supporting our community through year-end campaigns, impactful events, and innovative fundraising efforts. Under Eric's leadership, Global Partners has raised tens of millions of dollars for CF research. His optimism and can-do spirit perfectly align with our shared message, community in action. While Eric has driven remarkable growth for Global Partners, he has ensured the company remains rooted in values of trust, community, and care for people, especially evident in his commitment to helping his nephew, Aaron, and others living with cystic fibrosis. Eric, please join us on the stage to accept the Spirit of American Airlines Awards.
Thank you very much, Molly. I really appreciate that introduction. It's truly an honor to accept this award, and we're deeply grateful for the acknowledgement. Everybody has their own journey with CF or whatever, but when you have difficulties, how you face them and how you deal with them and what you do and how you act as a person and how you drive people to be serious about trying to help others is really important. And, you know, for me, my nephew was born about 35 years ago. He had incredible health problems. But my brother, his son, was adopted, so we didn't know that there was CF in the family. His wife had a uncle who died of pneumonia at a relatively young age, but it was pneumonia, it wasn't CF. Well, we find out that Aaron, my nephew, has CF. And at that time, what is truly incredible is that the lifespan was so short. Oh, he might make it to 18 to maybe 20, but you just don't know. Well, today, he's 35, married. Getting ready to start a family. I wish my dad was alive to see it, because I'm sure he never thought that was going to happen. So part of my journey was not just seeing this happen in front of me, but I'm in a family business. It's now a public company. But 35 years ago, my mom and dad said to me, we'd have Chinese food on Sunday night, and they said to me, hey, we want to take you out to dinner. We have some things we want to talk to you about. And back then, you had these advertisement books, literally a book. And I'd go around to everybody and I'd say, hey, can I raise money? But my mom and dad said, your job and your role is, I'm 21 years old, is go and handle this book. And that year, we raised about $60,000 for CF, and that was a start. Then as my business career blossomed and took off, I mean, I did know the owners, but that was a little helpful. But we sort of said, how can we have a bigger impact? And when we started out, I mean, we were raising like thousands of dollars, like barely accounted for, not even set up with the IRS right, but we did what we had to do. And I remember, okay, literally a shoebox, okay, and we're from Massachusetts, and we're handing a shoebox over to the Mass delegates full of cash, all right? But we got it done, okay? We realized though, hey, over time, as a company grew, if we really decided to dig in and professionalize this, it would be an incredible opportunity to really begin to raise real money. As in anything else, it's all about finding the right people who have passion and desire to lead the charge. We're very fortunate that we were able to put a team together who's delivered on that for us. Literally now, our funds are raising millions of dollars. I'm a believer that in the next year or two, we'll be able to double and then eventually triple that as long as we put a little focus in. So we're very, very lucky. So I just want to thank everybody again for this evening and for the award. I am so thankful. I am so happy to be here. And I know that there were meetings today, and I understand that there are some great things taking place. Maybe they're only in petri dishes, and maybe they're not quite ready for prime time. But I think solving this disease and winning is the key, and it sounds like we're very much on the way. So thank you.
I'm so pleased that everybody's enjoying not only the dinner, but the company. That's part of one of the reasons we're here, but we also want to take some time now to thank some really special people. Before we get started on that, I do want to say my own thanks to our corporate champions as American Airlines, global partners, to all of our corporate champions, just to say thank you. Your support's absolutely vital. I hope as you've seen today the work that we're doing, that you feel good about what you're supporting. We're transforming a disease, we're working to cure a disease, and you're making that possible. So thank you to everyone, particularly to American and to global partners tonight. Now it's time for one of our favorite times of this weekend, and that is to celebrate our Jena Award winner. And as you know, the Jena Awards pays tribute to the late Jena Castellina, who succumbed to CF at the very early age of 13. And it's an incredibly special award because it honors someone that does not have a DNA connection, but has shown dedication to our mission. If there was ever a perfect VLC to do it, it's this one. The first time we've had two people leading this who don't have a DNA connection, right? So this is particularly important. So thank you for this. It's a perfect award. We're so grateful to all the volunteers who fall into this category. And I know there's so many. Actually, anybody who doesn't have a DNA connection but is here tonight, let me see you. Let me see you. Yeah. As I said, the biggest hearts in the room, the absolute biggest hearts in the room, so thank you. And we're going to honor you tonight at the same time as we honor Jena. Now it's my pleasure to bring forward Margaret and Marc Castellina, Jena's parents, to the stage to share more about this year's awards winner and what this award means to them and to all of us. Marc and Margaret, here we go.
Thank you, Mike. And good evening. 20 years ago, 2006, our beautiful daughter Jena lost her battle to cystic fibrosis at the tender age of 13. Needless to say, we were heartbroken. The loss of our daughter shattered our lives and stuttered the optimism within the CF community. The loss was especially hard since we were on the cutting edge of a new technology, a revolutionary idea that we might be able to correct a protein and potentially arrest the progress of CF. This was a bold idea at the time, one that would take an enormous effort, shared focus, commitment, and funding. But one, if it worked, could have a tremendous positive effect, not only on our son Eric, but the greater CF community. Our foundation at that time, we were still a scrappy bunch, with a lot of the burden being carried by parents, grandparents, and those with a direct DNA connection. But it was clear we could not achieve our goals without the generous and continued support of others. The Jena Award was created to recognize this group, those selfless individuals that take on our mission as if their own children's lives depended on it. Before I introduce tonight's winner, I would first like to recognize a few of our past Jena Award recipients who are with us tonight. Judy Burlingham, who is in the room. Judy. And Sue Hook and Bob Emmelkamp, who are watching us online. Thank you both. Tonight's recipient also carries these same attributes, dedicating his time, talents, and resources to curing and controlling cystic fibrosis, all without having that direct DNA connection. This gentleman has been committed to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for 35 years, has been instrumental in raising $50 million. Although his focus is on the Southern California chapter, he has lent his talents to areas around the country, including Nevada, Nashville, and even Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. This gentleman has hosted and emceed signature events, including Pipeline to a Cure, Hook the Cure, Sizzling Country, The Course, The Cause, The Cure, and many, many more. He has used his celebrity status and extensive media presence to garner desirable auction items for these events while raising money and awareness for our cause. Beyond his tireless commitment to Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, he somehow finds the time to host a #1 ranked Go Country radio show, MC the Golden Globes, and the American Music Awards. If you don't know him by name, you will surely know him by voice. I am so proud to announce the 2026 Jena Award goes to Shawn Parr.
I wanted to be an actor my entire life. I want to thank the producers, the directors. I've always wanted to say that. My journey and my path with cystic fibrosis started completely by accident. And I'm so overwhelmed and humbled to be standing here tonight to accept this award. There are so many people that I've met and so many families that I've fought for along the way that I'm still friends with to this day. But I want to share just a quick story. My last name is Parr, and I thought that my path was the PGA Tour. I thought if I could play golf that good, it would happen. So I became a pretty good golfer, and a friend of mine invited me to a golf tournament. It was at Santa Ana Country Club in Southern California, and it was 2 weeks after I started my first radio show on 94.3 Kick FM. And I was like, I would love to play Santa Ana Country Club, but I make $5 an hour. It's not happening. And he said, look, my company bought a team. I need a scratch golfer. You're my anchor. Let's go. I couldn't sleep the night before. I couldn't believe I was going to play at Santa Ana Country Club. So I get excited just thinking about it to this day. So I show up and I'm there early, and they give me a bag and they registration checks in. Here's a shirt, and go down the line. You get a sweater. Talk to Steve over there. He's going to give you a pair of shoes. This is the greatest day of my life. I'm at Santa Ana Country Club. I got more swag than I know what to do with. I don't have to pay for golf balls, and somebody just handed me a beverage. Life is pretty good. So we win the golf tournament, and my buddy says, you have to stay for the dinner. And I said, oh my gosh, there's a dinner? It's the greatest day of my life. So I go to the dinner, and I sat there waiting for the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, the trophy goes to, and there it was. We get the trophy, I sit back down, and I'm sitting there, and the program starts. And a mother gets up, and this is my hardest part, I'm sorry. A mother gets up and proceeds to tell the story of this little girl that she has with her daughter, and what she has to do every single day to get this young lady, this little girl, to breathe because of a disease called cystic fibrosis. I didn't know how to spell it. I didn't know what it was. I'd never heard of it. And now I was upset at myself because I was there for the golf in the Santa Ana Country Club, and I really didn't know anything about the charity. So I quickly learned from this mother and her incredible story that touched my soul. I couldn't believe that she had to do so many incredible things and this is 1988, to get this little girl to breathe every day. And I decided at that moment that I want to fight for this family. So God says the auctioneer is not going to show up. I'd never done an auctioneer in my life. And I raised my hand. And the guy said, well, we have a volunteer. What's your name? And I said, Shawn Parr. And he said, from the radio station? I couldn't believe that somebody knew my name from the radio job I just started 2 weeks ago. But yeah, from the radio show. And there I was. I faked it. I'd never done an auction. I just did what I thought an auctioneer should do. And we made more money and had more fun that night than I ever thought possible. And it was incredible. And they said, hey, in 2 weeks, we have a gala. It's at the Newport Beach Marriott. I am in. It is a Cinderella story that changed my path. And because I raised my hand, that day changed my life forever for the better. I would meet the president of the Orange County chapter, Helen Johnson. We would become very good friends. I learned that if you go to any country club in America on a Monday, there's a celebrity golf tournament. And you could help raise money, but you also get to play golf with these incredible clubs and get a lot of swag. But that's not why I'm there. I'm there to fight. I hosted 65 Roses, the Don Baylor tournament. I became part of the family of cystic fibrosis and said, look, I want to be in this fight for good. I wanted to know everything there was to know about gene therapy and medicines and what are we doing to fight for these families. Let's fast forward. Through Dick Clark Productions, through movies, through television, through KZLA, the #1 country station in America, moving to Nashville, having a blast. Where are my country music fans tonight? All of that made possible because I stood up and said, listen, I want to fight. Judy Burlingham, you have taught me so much about being a fighter and never saying no. I'm so blessed to know her. She has turned my life around completely. Paul Matenko, you and your wife, Debbie, have given me so much. Watching your daughter, Stacy, go from a baby to a toddler to now she is married with her own children, and knowing your entire family through this journey has been truly, truly remarkable. And now I'm standing in Washington, D.C. In Washington, D.C. And I'm honored to accept this Jena Award because I had no idea that the March on the Hill meant, oh, by the way, you're going to go meet with some of our congressmen and our representatives. Can I be honest for a second? I've been talking about this for weeks. I've told the world I'm marching on the Hill. I thought we were all getting together. We're going to mock arms. We're going to walk. Somebody's going to present a bill. It's going to be great. I'm just a bill. I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. It became so much more than that. It became Shawn Parr meeting Pam Gafferty. Pam is over here, a mother of 2 cystic fibrosis children. I was at table 21 the last several days. Marlena and Trenton, and they are the new I'm fighting for them. My new best friend, Doug Howell, whose daughter is 10 years old. Her name is Chandler. She is my new fight. Lee, my new representative from Tennessee. You are my leader, and I'm in this fight for whatever you need me for in the great state of Tennessee or anywhere across the country to anybody. I guess my 2 minutes is up. I am honored beyond belief. But the one person that lifts me up every single day, the one person that sends me out there with an armor and says, keep up that fight, I'm so proud of you. She gives me that support, she lifts me up, and she dresses me. Everywhere I go is my beautiful wife, Joella. I say this to my Orange County chapter, to my Nevada chapter, and to every single chapter in this room. If you need me, you call me, and I will be there. And I just want to say one more thing and leave you with this. I believe in our lifetime, with the technology and the things that we are doing, that very soon, CF will stand for Cure Found. Yes, it will. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be here until it's done. God bless you.
So, wow, wow, wow. We said this was a special event, this VLC, for those who don't have a DNA connection, so absolutely perfect. So Shawn, Marc, Margaret, thank you. I'm fired up. Let's go. So let's move to our next award now. And as many of you know, and you saw some pictures earlier today when we were looking at that Doris Tolson video, but Frank DeFord, the late Frank DeFord, helped put a face on CF more than 3 decades ago when he wrote that book that many of us have seen, Alex, the Life of a Child, in honor of his daughter who passed away at the age of 8. I don't know if you know this, but Frank was the chair of the board of the CF Foundation for 17 years and tirelessly committed himself to the community for decades, even after Alex's passing. After the loss of his daughter, Frank created the Alex Award as a living legacy to her life and her spirit. And each year at this conference, Frank would personally present the Alex Award to a person with CF who's a role model to others living with the disease. Frank's son, Christian, has carried on his father's legacy. We're so grateful for that, and we're so happy to have Christian here with his wife, Lauren, and their children, Hunter and Annabelle, in person to continue this amazing tradition. So thank you all for making the trip. Christian, I want to welcome you to the stage to recognize this year's Alex Award winner.
What an honor it is to be here with this extraordinary community to present the Alex Award once again. Each year, this moment carries deep meaning for my family and me as a chance to honor my sister's life and to recognize someone in the CF community whose spirit, resilience, and generosity reflect the very best of who we are. My father, Frank, loved presenting this award, and it's a privilege to continue that tradition, celebrating individuals whose passion and determination inspire us and remind us why we fight side by side for a cure. This year's honoree exemplifies that tradition in every way. For 38 years, she has been involved with this foundation, first through the unwavering support of her parents, and then through her lifelong commitment to lifting up others with cystic fibrosis. What began in childhood has evolved into a life of leadership, purpose, and profound impact on the CF community. Originally from Chicago, she helped build new pathways for young adults to engage with the foundation, launching initiatives that brought fresh energy and new supporters into the fold. She became a vital force behind the Chicago Chef's Gala, speaking before audiences of more than 600 people, starring in chapter videos, recruiting sponsors, and rallying her community year after year. She even helped bring her brother's company in as a presenting sponsor. When she believes in something, she moves people with heart, driven by the example of her parents who inspire her to keep fighting and working hard. When life brought her to Detroit, she didn't slow down for a moment. She even showed up to a clay pigeon tournament just to get involved with the very first year she moved to the area, an activity that anyone that knows her well will tell you is slightly outside her usual comfort zone. It didn't take long for her to become the founder and chair of the Metro Detroit Fall Ball Gala, transforming it into a top-tier evening of impact. She meets with staff weekly, coaches speakers, dreams up new ideas, and personally raises over $200,000 each year. In just a few short years, she has become a cornerstone of the Michigan chapter as well. Nationally, she is a trusted storyteller and mentor, moderating conversations, coaching others in public speaking, and motivating new community members to get involved. She shared her story widely, contributed to national cause, and is someone we would confidently send to speak about life with CF wherever our message needs to be heard. Her personal story is no less inspiring. Receiving Trikafta 5 years ago gave her a new sense of hope, but she has never been someone defined by limitation. Today, she thrives as a mother of 2 young children, Gibson and Cooper, is a dedicated professional and someone who truly lives life fully. She prioritizes her health, cherishes good food, embraces fitness, and makes room for joy. And even as she thrives, she never forgets those still waiting for their breakthrough, continuing to fundraise, connect, and lead until everyone can share in the same hope. Those who know her describe her as energetic, deeply committed, endlessly generous with her time, and always ready to lift up someone else's voice. She embodies what this award represents: resilience, community, and the belief that together we can change the future. It is my great honor to present Randell Gans with the 2025 Alex Award. Randell, congratulations and thank you for all you do.
Just to let me calm down a minute, Shawn, save the date, November 6th. We need you in Detroit. Okay? We got you. I'll come call you. Thank you, everyone. I'm beyond honored and appreciative of this incredibly moving award, and even more so lucky for Christian to be here himself in person to present me with the Alex Award himself. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who traveled near and far for this conference. Your support and dedication to fighting for a cure is truly inspiring and brings a sense of comfort knowing we will find a cure in my lifetime. I have to be honest, I have known Alex, Frank, Carol, and Christian for almost 30 years. At about 10 years old, I remember my mom telling me about this book called Alex. From what she told me at the time was that it was about another child who had cystic fibrosis. I can't remember how that conversation ever came up, but at 10, I can remember my mom telling me that it was a book that made her sad and that I was not allowed to read it. Even at 10, my initial thought was, who says that to a 10-year-old? So what do you think my number one goal became? Correct, to find that book and read it. If you know me, I found that book. I hid in closets, in my basement, in my brother's bathtub, wherever I could to read Alex without being caught. I needed to know why I wasn't allowed to read it. I needed to know about Alex, but really, I needed to know about me. Growing up, cystic fibrosis was a major daily discussion in our household. What wasn't a major discussion was what that means for me, my family, and my life in years to come, which 30 years ago wasn't looking too good. Looking back at the time, it obviously was my mom just being protecting her baby. Protecting her baby from a world of the unknown, but more so, a world of the unknown with who knows how long to live it. Now, being the most fortunate mother of 2, after years and years of infertility, I can fully understand her trying to protect me. The CF world was just so different 30 years ago, and there really certainly were no drug advancements even close to the access that we have today. You obviously can see me standing here today. I beat the odds of it not looking good. And well, I think I'm not only feeling pretty good, but looking pretty damn good too. What you see, though, is only from the outside. You don't know all the trials and tribulations I go through on a daily basis, or all that CF has done to me on the inside, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Whether it's being tiny and skinny due to digestion issues, not being able to walk or use my hands on occasion because of a CF arthritis flare-up, feeling ill because of CF-related diabetes, or just catching the common cold that uncommonly lasts a month, and going through the unexplainably hard years of infertility and ending up with 5 rounds of IVF, which I would do over and over and over again to have Gibson and Cooper. But to top it all off, the emotional and mental strain this has caused me for 38 years. I'm not up here asking for a pity praise. If anyone in this world knows about cystic fibrosis and what it can and has done to individuals, to families, to lives, it's this room. It's all of you. I could not be more fortunate to have my husband, my parents, my in-laws, my best friend, and my CF support team, and most importantly, Gibson and Cooper here in DC to support me and watch me accept this great honor. I truly don't deserve any honor. I'm doing what's natural and what should be natural for anyone fighting this fight. I'm simply just fighting. I've always been and will always be a fighter. The only part of me that's different is my why. Chad, thank you for making my wildest dreams come true, and thank you for helping me change my why. Gibson and Cooper, who are upstairs, you're my world, you're my life, and whether you like it or not when you're a teenager, you're a part of me, and you'll be my babies forever. I take extreme pride in accepting the Alex Award. I also take great pride in standing up here and telling the world I have cystic fibrosis. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed, and if anything, I was put on this earth to make a difference, to make a change, and to be the generation who finds the cure. My biggest fear in life is not being here for Gibson and Cooper. They deserve a mother, a healthy one nonetheless, and they deserve a cure. Because of all of you, my health changed drastically in 2019 when I was put on Trikafta. My entire life, there wasn't a minute I didn't cough. And now, I don't even remember the last time I did. It goes without saying it's a miracle drug. The reality is, it's not the end, and it's not the cure, and it's not forever. It's temporary. Temporary doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for my peers, and it doesn't work for everyone here in this room. And it certainly doesn't work for those who can't benefit from a modulator. Time is precious, and not a single day goes by that I don't take for granted. But the truth is, I can't wait to close my eyes one night, not fearful of another cystic fibrosis nightmare, because we made CF stand for Cure Found. Mom, Dad, thank you for she's here. Thank you for instilling in me to never give up. And anything is possible. Chad, thank you for loving me and being my forever. Gibson and Cooper, thank you for choosing me to be your mom, for making my wildest dreams come true, for being my why, and pushing me even harder day after day to never, ever give up. I love you all and promise to do all that I can every single day to help find a cure and give us all the forever we truly deserve. Thank you.
Congratulations, Randell. That was special. So last but not least, we have one more award to present, and this is our Dream Big Award. As you know, the Dream Big Award recognizes volunteers who have made a significant difference in the fight against cystic fibrosis. Each year, it's given to a person who has championed our mission in extraordinary ways, and tonight's no different. So a little bit about this year's Dream Big Award recipient, Dr. Marc Harvey. Marc exemplifies what it means to dream big through his visionary leadership, his deep compassion, and his decades-long commitment to the CF community. An absolutely transformative force, both in the Central, Western, Oklahoma chapter and nationally, Marc has helped raise millions of dollars to support our shared mission, and through his efforts has inspired similar programs across the country. Now, Marc's background as a physician is a cardiac electrophysiologist and founded his own foundation, the Harvey Family Foundation. And he's driven cutting-edge progress by supporting many efforts that the foundation has done, starting with our first, what we call our Pioneer Award, which was some of the initial work that we gave for groundbreaking gene editing research. And then motivated by his family's personal journey with CF, Marc continues to lead boldly through national committee service and a steadfast dedication to fueling scientific discovery and improving lives. Most recently, Marc and his wife, Diane, have decided to generously fund research that'll help us better understand adult liver disease. We talked about this earlier, right? This is the year of moving forward in that, and a lot of that has been driven by Marc and his generosity. I just want to say we're so grateful. If you're a big supporter or you have big interest in liver disease, come up to Marc afterwards. I know there's going to be a bunch of people. So, Marc, your vision, your graciousness are so profoundly deserving of this Dream Big Award. Please come on up and join us on the stage so we can honor you.
My son was concerned about what my music would be coming up, so hopefully Zach, you're happy with that. Thank you all so much. I really want to start with gratitude to my wife, Diane, for her steadiness and for staying engaged, even when questions were hard. And to my children, Will, Lauren, and Zach, for their courage and curiosity, and for living this reality every day. And to the friends and community who have stood with us, supported us, and challenged us in ways that matter more than you will ever know. This moment is really not mine alone. It belongs to everyone in this room, to this community. Researchers, clinicians, volunteers, donors, our staff, and most of all, people living with cystic fibrosis who continue to lead our way. 2 of my 3 children have cystic fibrosis, and there were years where we did not know if adulthood would be part of their story. We did not know if science would move fast enough. That uncertainty was heavy on us, but this community never stepped back. You funded research, you stayed at the table, you kept working and asking and answering hard questions, even when we didn't really know what the answers were. This community does hard work. Now we are at a new moment. Cure has to mean more than it once did. It cannot mean the lungs alone. It has to mean the whole body, the full reality of adulthood with CF. We cannot afford to be surprised. If we are not intentional now, we will spend the next decade reacting instead of curing. Our family is committed to advancing research, not out of fear, but out of resolve. Resolve to understand more, to close the gaps that we now see, and resolve to cure all of it. Thinking will not help us overcome fear. Only action does. Fear sits and waits. Leaders move. And if you are in this room, you are here because someone trusted you to lead. Not in title, but in responsibility. Leadership now means staying engaged, thinking strategically, funding boldly and wisely, and it means refusing to drift. Because this community cures cystic fibrosis together or not at all. I accept this award with gratitude, and I take it really as a reminder, we are all here to lead, we are all here to act, and we are all here to cure cystic fibrosis. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Marc. Let's give one more round of applause for these 3 award winners. Incredible. So now it's time for one more very special moment, and one that we've been anticipating for quite some time, and that is to share the results of our Milestones III campaign. As you know, this effort was initially launched in 2020 and chaired by the late Joe O'Donnell, an absolute lion of the CF community, right? A beloved, long-standing champion. And we sadly lost Joe in January of 2024. We're so grateful that 2 extraordinary volunteers stepped up to co-chair the campaign in honor of Joe's legacy. They are Amy Berry and Kate O'Donnell, Joe's daughter. And Amy, yeah. Amy has served on the steering committee of all 3 Milestones campaigns, and it was her meeting that prompted Joe to start the first Milestones campaign when she met with him. The Berry family has been so generous. They generously supported all 3 campaigns. Amy's also helped launch the Teen Advocacy Day, has helped lead VLC in the past, and is a former trustee of our national board. Kate O'Donnell serves on our National Board of Trustees now and has volunteered with the foundation for more than 20 years, notably co-chairing, if you recall, the 2023 Volunteer Leadership Conference, as well as chairing the Massachusetts, Rhode Island chapter's Tomorrow's Leader group since 2018. For the past decade, she's served as the president of the Joey Fund, right, an organization founded by her in honor of her late brother, Joey, who died from CF at the age of 12. The Joey Fund has raised millions of dollars to advance our mission over the years. So to give us that update, please join me in giving a heartfelt round of applause to Amy and Kate as they come to the stage. We're so grateful for both of you. Where are they?
Thank you, Mike, and congratulations to all of our award winners. Kate, we did it. We did it. Thanks to our remarkable CF donors and volunteers, this community never ceases to amaze me. It's hard to believe we're already wrapping up Milestones 3. It's been such an incredible campaign. I would even say it's been a movement.
I love that. Amy? I couldn't agree anymore. This has been an amazing experience, not just because I had the chance to work alongside you, but because we met so many fantastic CF Foundation supporters along the way. Our community is truly one of a kind.
Before we go any further, we want to celebrate some of the incredible progress made possible through Milestones campaigns. Milestones 1 was a pivotal moment for our community. We were so green, having never structured a capital campaign before. I can still remember sitting with Joe in that restaurant as he diagrammed the giving pyramid for Rich Mattingly and me, and he just looked exhausted, like, ugh, I've got to teach these neophytes how to run a campaign. And we sheepishly asked at the end of his little sketch whether we could take this paper napkin home with us, which he thought was hysterical. Anyway, but he had incredible experience in fundraising, and he taught us. So we got to learn from the very best. The $177 million raised was critical to the progress we've made because it allowed us to lay the groundwork for advanced drug development. In 2011, the foundation knew it was essential to continue to accelerate essential research, so we launched Milestones II. This campaign led to incredible success in the areas of infection, advanced lung disease, and modulators. And then, once again, Joe pushed us forward to our latest and most ambitious campaign, Milestones III. And so many of you have stepped up in remarkable ways to support this campaign, so we thank you. We can't wait to see how our success impacts the opportunities we have today in genetic therapies and sustainable long-term care for all people with cystic fibrosis. The simple fact is, together, we have all transformed lives.
Yes, we have. And while we could talk more about that all night, my dad always believed that hearing directly from the community is the most vital thing. So we've asked a very, very special CF family to share their perspectives about why this campaign and those that came before it have been so important over the years. It is my deep pleasure to welcome a longtime supporter of our mission, longtime donor, and member of the Milestones III steering committee, as well, most importantly, as a proud CF dad. Please join me in welcoming Clay Snellings.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. I echo Kate and Amy's sentiments. Without so many of you, we wouldn't have had such a successful Milestones III campaign. What a wonderful campaign it's been. If we go to Milestones IV, we're going to have to think of a new name. But seriously, as a father of Emily, my daughter, who has CF, it's deeply, deeply personal for my family. Emily was diagnosed at 3 months old in 1997, and from the very start, you could tell that Emily was strong and would not let CF define her life. For Emily and so many others, a campaign like Milestones III may mean the difference between having a therapy or not, between constant hospitalizations or the freedom to actively and pursue one's dreams, and yes, for some, between life and death. So I stand here now to thank you and to tell you that the funds we've raised through Milestones III, just like every other Milestones campaign that came before it, will truly make a difference. Of course, we're not done. We urgently need a cure. The results of this campaign will get us one step closer. While I could talk on and on more about Emily, she can say it the best. She's got a special message for all of us, so here she is.
Hey there, I wanted to take some time to say thank you to everyone who has donated to the Milestones III campaign, or really any other CF fundraiser for that matter. Throughout my life, I've had the goal of living a normal life for as long as possible. This included dreams of going to college, starting a career, and hopefully one day being a mom. I can happily report that everything is going to plan so far. I've graduated from college in 2020 from the University of Georgia, and I've been working at Deloitte for almost 5 years now. None of these positive developments would have been possible without the support of our amazing CF Foundation volunteers and donors. At times, I faced challenges because of CF, and that felt really hard in the moment. But I kept going because I knew that family and friends in the community that you all have provided has been by my side, and I wouldn't get through these tough moments without that. But luckily, during college, I started taking a revolutionary new drug called Trikafta, which was made possible thanks to the research funded by the CF Foundation. This medicine stabilized my lung functions, gave me more energy to take on the day, and I spent a lot less time being sick. I even went 5 years without being hospitalized. So this is all proof that your gifts truly have changed my life, and I can't thank you enough for that. I even find myself dreaming of the day when I can say that I used to have cystic fibrosis. As you can tell, every dollar makes a huge difference in the lives of those of us with cystic fibrosis. Unfortunately though, not everyone with CF is able to benefit from the drugs like Trikafta, and some that do are facing many health challenges. For example, right now there could be someone in the hospital with CF fighting a tough infection. There's someone else who's having a hard time breathing, me, or someone battling liver failure. We urgently need more scientific breakthroughs, and I know your support will help get us there. A cure is possible in my lifetime, so let's keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Clay. And thank you, Emily. Clay, will you please stay here for this part? Before we announce the final Milestones 3 total, Amy and I want to tell you all how grateful we are to each one of you. And I also just want to add a side note, how grateful I am to be entrusted with this. For you, for asking my dad to start Milestones 1, and then for him kicking off Milestones 3. Losing him was the worst. And I have been so honored to have served as a co-chair and to finish out Milestones 3 in his honor. So thank you for entrusting me with this. So we thought that we'd do this in a way that we know that Joe would have really loved. And if you've been to a VLC before, you will be familiar with this. We're gonna do it a little differently this time, guys. Okay, so we're gonna ask you all to stand and celebrate with us, but not yet. We're gonna have a little fun while doing it. And remember the bracelets that Bobby mentioned earlier. If you have taken them off, please put them on. Here we go. First, I would like to invite the Milestones 3 Steering Committee to join us on stage. You gotta do it, get up. That's really bright. All right, round 2. We're gonna invite the National Individual Giving Committee to please come up. Where's everybody? No? Okay. All right, here we go. Now, as much as we would love to have every single one of you on stage, we simply do not have the room. So we're gonna do this a little differently now. Instead, if you are a Milestones 3 donor, please stand. Thank you. Now we're gonna have all of our, I don't know where my mic is. Let's have all of our legacy donors please stand up. If you have a pin, that's what that means. Get on up. If you have ever helped us raise a Milestones gift, please stand up. And mind you, the reason why we're doing this is fundraising is scary. And everybody says, I can't raise that much money. I want to show you guys how powerful each one of you is. Please stand if you have raised any money, even $1, for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And finally, I don't think anyone is still sitting, but just in case, if you support a cure for cystic fibrosis, please stand up. All right, now that you're all standing, oh, sorry, that's your part.
But stay standing. Everyone stay standing, please. So last year, we asked you to help us reach a bold new goal of $250 million for the Milestones 3 campaign. And tonight, it's time. Are you ready? Kate, let's pop that big balloon and see how we did.
This is literally a bundle of razors, so. And it didn't go very well when we practiced this, so please just bear with me, okay? I'm so scared. Woo! Thank you. Watch the razors. Okay. All right, that went significantly better than this afternoon. Whew. Okay. And now, it is my great honor to reveal the total amount raised for the Milestones III campaign. As they say, drum roll please. We have surpassed our goal and have raised $251. I can read it. How amazing is this? Oh, my mic on? How amazing is this? What an extraordinary moment. And I have to be honest, when last year Amy and I found out that we had to add another 50 million, we were not confident that we would make it. So we did it. Yay. Thank you. In closing, I want to give a final shout out to Rex and Jane Huggins, who are here tonight and who helped us cross the finish line. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for your support. Thank you to our entire team. Thank you to the CF staff. And thank you especially to my Amy for your remarkable leadership. And with that, let's bring Leila and Bobby back out to help us close out this wonderful evening before our party.
A night. It has truly been absolutely extraordinary. Thank you, Kate, Amy, and of course, Clay and Emily, and our Milestones III steering committee. And congratulations to all of our wonderful awardees. It is clear that each of you has made an impact for people living with cystic fibrosis because we are a community in action.
What, I want to say, a powerful night. I'm very inspired by all of these stories. This is my second VLC, but the last one was in San Diego a long time ago, but I'm just truly inspired by the stories, the passion, the hard work, and the commitment of everybody in this room. I'm like totally blown away. So let me go to my lines. I just wanted to say that because I'm truly blessed and honored to be here tonight. And I thank you very much for having me here. And you guys are doing so much great work, and I'm proud to be a part of this mission with y'all. And these stories are very powerful for me, and I truly appreciate those messages you sent to me. So thank you. To those of us joining online, to those of you joining us online, thank you for staying with us and tuning in.